we're going to go back to what we spent the bulk of halftime discussing, which was the incident, the handball, the red card, leading to the penalty, which restored parity in the game. Now that you've had more time to think about it, because we were literally reacting almost instantly, Carlton, to what we saw, have you changed your mind about whether it should have been a red or not?
Look, when you see things and when you're in the emotion of the game, yeah, you can start to, you can probably take if you take your emotions out of it, I should say, when you look at it, the referees know the game. It's hit the Reece's thigh first, then it's hit his hand. Fair enough. I still stick by my word. It was a penalty, no doubt. But the sending off was uncalled for. He could have made a better decision with that, I feel, the referee, because it wasn't like he dived and it was hand first. It was more thigh, then hand. And that's where the letter of the law, although it does say it was denying a goal scoring opportunity, don't get me wrong, but there's got to be some leniency in that as well with the referee. He has to know that it's not always the player's fault. But look, it happens in the game, and then we move on. We move on, and then you saw what happened. They had to defend for their lives, and they came through in the end. And I feel that was they deserved it at the end of the day. They deserved the point.
Jose, I know what you're going to say. You're going to bring up the movement of the hand. After it initially strikes him, his hand doesn't go backwards. It comes upwards in almost a volleyball motion. Although when it does come up, I'm not sure if it does make contact, a secondary contact that is with his hand. So maybe,
I don't think he does a second contact, in my opinion, but that's what maybe. That's why it's a debate. It's going to be a debate, and we could be in this debate forever, you know, because obviously it's going to be people with me and people with Carlton, and I'm not sure, obviously, Adam, what you think about it, but the reality is true that when you see it more often, it's true that the ball hit him in the hand, but what I really believe it makes the referee give him a red card is the movement of the arm, that he actually tried to clear the ball with the hand. You know, that's
Jose, listen to this though. So you put your thigh up, right? And you're defending, you put your thigh up. All of a sudden, you're not naturally going to put your hands behind your back. You will not do that. I don't care what sort of human you are. Yeah. You'll not put your hands behind your back. Like it hits your thigh and you don't get the right contact on the ball. And your hand's already there. You're not going to move your hand away. It's going to go up. And that's what I feel he done. And yeah, it was a penalty, definitely. That's why there's a handball, but there's no need to send him off. And that's where it kind of irks me, because referees need to do better on those sort of decisions, because they know the game, they know how football is, and you're not naturally going to put your hands behind your back all the time, unless it's like from a side when you're defending a cross from the side, because you know now your hand's got to be in a natural position. But in that circumstance, it was just too much going on in a short space of time for him to go, oh, it's hit my thigh, let me put my hand behind my back. Really, really out of order, I think it was.
Carlton, I want to know what you made of the movement for the hand going upwards. Because we saw, particularly when you see it from the side, you can see his hand going forward in a forward motion. And if the ball hits you, your hand, usually it'll go backwards a bit. It doesn't. It continues the forward momentum, which indicates almost a slapping of the ball.
For me, like we were talking before, for me, it's like he didn't, and that's what the debate is. But the reality, he actually tried to clear with the hand. That's the reality, because a reaction is like you say, Adam, a reaction when it hits your hand, what you do? Straight away protect your hand. Like, oh, it's no handball, and you go like this, and it's now try to don't do this. You know, actually hit it even more to make it even more clear. That's the debate, you know. So it could have been both sides, to be honest with you. My opinion, I is still in the same one. I believe it's a penalty and a red card, but at the same time, I understand it's a doubt about this. Yes.
Okay, Jose, let me ask you a question. So if the referee just gave the penalty and gave the yellow card, would you be upset?
For the kind of game that it is, maybe not. Maybe not, because
so that shows you that it wasn't that serious. You know, it wasn't like blatant.
Yeah, the only doubt is what I told you. Is about the movement on the hand, because then I agree with you. The ball hit him in the hand from a rebound. So it's a penalty, but obviously you cannot give him a red card for that. But it's like Adam said, then there is another discussion that normally if he hit you in the hand, you actually try to protect, to say, listen, I'm not touching it with my hand. No, he actually does this, like, if I didn't clear enough or it's not penalty enough to see, just I make sure you know it's a penalty.
Maybe he had an itch on his face or something. He was trying to scratch his face. You never know.
It's a debate.
It looked more
Obviously, it's a debate.
I mean,
it's a debate I think that we can go just over and over. But honestly, I think it's a red card. But if I was a referee of this game, with the kind of game that it is and with the doubt that it is, really, I would have lived 11 vs 11 because, listen, really everyone would have loved to see the second half how it was the first half. That's the reality. You know, as a fan, a proper fan. I
want to play it again just one more time. I want Carlton's...
You're rubbing it in, you are.
No, I just want to know the reasoning behind the forward motion for you and why that isn't enough to be sent off. That's it. So if we play it one more time, I hope you can see it right now on your screen. But
that's it.
The forward motion, Carlton, how do you justify this to say it shouldn't have been a red? If his hand's going...
Okay.
It hits him and it continues out.
So it's hit his thigh, yeah? So he's hit his thigh. That's already been mentioned. Now, the second part is that he knows it's probably going past him, but his hand's already there, yeah? So that is the problem. His hand's already there. Then where does he put his hands after that? He's not going to put it behind his back. It's already been done.
But couldn't he kept it down?
Yeah, I think so. I think he would have kept it down.
You know these things. You know these things. It's split second. It's split second.
Yeah, I know. But this is
being a human being. You're not going to go, oh, it's hit my thigh. It looks like it's going in. Let me take my hands out of the way so it goes in. It's like, no, it's hit my thigh. If my thigh wasn't enough, my hand's already there. Am I going to put it behind my back straight away? No, you're not going to do that. It's impossible for a human to react that way because they're protective. He's a defender. His first thing is to defend. And that's what and by any means necessary. But in this scenario, it's hit his hand. Maybe he shouldn't have put his hands forward, but that's what he's got done. But at the end of the day, it's already a penalty, so he doesn't really need to go any further than that. It's already hit his hand, and that's it. But everybody else wants to have another opinion on it, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's a great opinion. Listen, and at the same time, you are talking about it, you made me think more about it. So obviously, it's really a debate, but for example, if you ask me, Adam or Carlton as well, for example, this is a Champions League final, and you put a red card just for this, I will be upset.
Yeah,
that's the reality. I will be upset because as a normal fan, no Liverpool fan, no Chelsea fan, I will be like, well, it's a doubt red card. It's a doubting red card. That's the reality. But he hit it twice. That's what I still don't see in the repetition. You know, like. He hit it actually, when he hit in his hand, he actually maybe touched it again with the hand. That's what they maybe see in the bar that we don't see. You know, that's the doubt. Because if he hit it twice, for me, definitely it's a red card. But if he just was the movement and they can see clear in the video that it doesn't touch it for the second time, maybe you're right. So it's a debate. We can be here over and over.
We should highlight what else he said about the red card, which it is a freeze frame. And you can make anything look bad in a freeze frame or even in slow motion in Reece James's defence there. So he did address it, and maybe it'll be taken on board by the referees. But we need to ask a few questions, though. I want to know about Jota for you, Jose. Why didn't he start the game? Why didn't he? It's such a massive match. He scored in the last two fixtures as well, I should add. And he had a great impact when he came on. In fact, he was on even before Liverpool got back into the game, before the penalty was given. Do you think Klopp should have gone with Jota from the start?
My starting 11 actually was with Jota starting, to be honest with you. It's true that I don't think Firmino has done a bad first half. That's the reality. Until obviously it's got subbed before. Obviously we scored the first one in the first half. But yeah, I would have started Jota. I really don't know why he's done it. Jota is a player that give us more, even if he's not number 9, you can see even in the crosses and everything, it looks like he's small, but he's really good in the air. He's actually really good in the air. And then you have Mane as well, that's really good in the air as well. So you can be a little bit more of a threat when you are in the wings and put it crosses into the box. So don't really understand why he didn't start him. But at the same time, I know Firmino is one of Klopp's favorite players, and he's always been, for a reason as well. Obviously, he's done so much for the club. But if you're asking me, like you are asking me if I would have started Jota, it actually was in my, predictions that he's going to start this game. I don't understand why he didn't.